Hey guys, welcome to this week's very intriguing video. I didn't really want to do a video with me just sitting boring in a room. I kept planning to do it outside with a beautiful horse in the background. And then I kind of thought, I was like, umming and ahhing, I kept putting this video off because I was going to have to edit it and I'm just really not in the mood to edit a video. And so I'm just going to give you a recap. I'm going to try and be quick of what is going on. And then I will just upload this. So it's not going to be the most thrilling video. If you're here for gadgets and editing and music and swirls and cross country and all that sort of thing, that's not the video. This video is just an update. So if you want to know what's been going on and you're not necessarily on my Instagram, which I haven't really done the best updates on there either. So maybe stick around. I will try and make it semi-entertaining. No, there's no entertaining, I'm afraid. Okay, so first thing. A couple of weeks ago, got kicked in the hand by Pippa, my yearling. Broke my thumb. I will try and insert, maybe here. Here is the image of my fracture. Lovely. Anyway, so that was fantastic. So now I'm in a cast and looks like, sorry, I'm wiggling this around. Looks like I'm going to be in a cast for another 3 weeks. It's a nightmare. I can't, even if I go to the vets, I can't inject, which is annoying. Can't even look in dogs and cats' mouths. Like, you just don't realise. Can't put a bra on. This is really getting technical, but I had, time of the month and, just going to the toilet and things like that. Oh, nightmare. You don't want to know that. So, pretty peed off. The riding was out the window. But horse updates. So, those of you that have been on my channel for a while will know that Jet, my main horse, that in the very first eventing videos, he had kissing spine surgery last September. So that's what, like, I don't know, 8 months ago or something. And when he started rehabbing, he then came up lame again. Now, I have always had a suspicion that there's something going on in his left hind because he was lame before surgery. Very mildly, albeit it was there. And when we started rehabbing, started ramping up the canter, lameness was back again. And we've done various things. We injected his hock, it didn't last long enough. And then he's basically just been turned out. And I've been at my wit's end. I can't think straight when it's my own horse. I am convinced it's his suspensory, but I just didn't have the time or the funds to sort it out. Anyway, Foxy was going really well. Then I had dramas with her feet. So she had bad front feet, like nail pricks and God knows what was going on. And she was in the stable and she had her feet up on the banks and she was so painful. And then she's ended up with bars and pads on all 4 feet. But she got really sore behind and she wasn't even wanting to hold up like one hind. If you were trying to pick out her foot or put studs in, she was trying to slam it down. And then I'd ride and she'd seem fine. And I'd be like, oh. And then it kind of progressed. She's a moody little what's its namer. And she's always a little bit moody when you put the rug on. Always has been. She always has pulled faces and been really moody. But it has just got to the extreme. And I would trot her and think, she looks a little bit lame on the right hind, but I wasn't really sure. It's like really hard to tell. And I'm like, do I just think every horse is lame? So, I did a few competitions and then I decided, nah, I'm just going to turn her out. Actually, first, I took her in the arena and I tried to lunge her because I wanted to see what she looked like in canter. And she turned and just came for me with her teeth bared and my life flashed before my eyes. Oh, this is not right. Treated her for ulcers, even though it just didn't quite fit. But, she was so cranky. And I had to order some really expensive ulcer meds because the meds with the little beads in that they really cannot chew. She was chewing, so that was great. No difference. Saw her canter across the paddock and she looked really good and then she got a bit not quite right. So anyway, so there was that. So I decided, right, I'll turn Foxy out for a month. That then did this, so I'm off. So I thought, okay, well, she can just chill. If she's done something mild, maybe it'll get better. But then when I saw her canter across the paddock, she didn't look quite right. And she's still really unhappy with the rugging. I was like, oh, great. So basically, I had her and Jet out and no answers. Woody, meanwhile, is all right, but I'm not all right with the stupid hand. But Woody, yeah, I really want to get him back out of venting. So I'm hoping as soon as this stupid hand is back in action, I hope my thumb works and I hope I'll be back eventing. But I really want to know what's going on with Foxy. So long story short, I got a a really good vet out yesterday. And originally the plan was to get her to have a look at Jet and maybe just scan his suspensories or see what her opinion was. My thing is, oh my God, it's his suspensory. But really with lameness, you have to be really structured and you need to do nerve blocks and it's got to be systematic. You can't just like go for suspensory. Anyway, of course, nothing simple. So basically I broke my thumb and then a week later, and I had this appointment booked for Jet. I had to wait 2 weeks because I'm out of the area. Jet slipped in the paddock right in front of me. I was driving the Polaris and the dogs were all running and Jet went, wee! And it had been raining and he just skidded a tiny bit. He hardly moved. He literally turned, went, and was hopping on 3 legs with his front leg up in the air and he was turning and he did not want to touch ground. And I thought, oh my God, you've broken your leg or you've just snapped a tendon. So I trotted him up after he was walking again and he looked okay. And I put him in a small yard. And then the next morning I came back and it was swollen below the fetlock. I was like, God, great. So I put him straight in the box. It was iced twice a day, bandaged. He did not come out that box. He was not happy about it. So that, they thought, well, that we can't really work up his lameness if he's potentially lame in front. Anyway, vet came yesterday. We looked at Foxy. Foxy was actually quite good because I was one-handedly lunging her. She tried to come at me a couple of times and I had to just growl because I thought, well, it's either growling or dying. And she was trotting around with her tail in the air and like this huge trot. And I thought, you little beep. And we thought, okay, she doesn't look lame. The vet Janine thought that, you know, because of her age, she's 6. And there's been the history of, like, when I first had her, struggling to get her, she was kind of really weak in the hind end. And I had to slow down what I was doing. And I did a lot of hill work. And I walked her up and down our lane, which is like a long sloping hill. And she got stronger and she got over it. And it now sort of fits. It makes sense. Janine thinks that her stifles are catching a little bit. And, you know, and then she's basically got a bit of growing pains. And so we're hoping that's what it is, and I will bring her back into work. So while I'm out of action, I will lead her up and down the lane behind the Polaris. And then when I'm back in work, she'll be back in work. And fingers crossed, we get her strong, makes, you know, her stifles not lock. They're not locking per se. Like, I don't know if you know what stifle lock is, but basically when the horse stands, their stifle, I can't show you. Anyway, the stifle kind of locks. That's how they sleep standing up, okay? And to pull, they have to, their hamstrings tense and they pull the patella up and it comes out and then they can bend their leg. Now with stifle lock, they try and like move their leg. The hamstrings aren't, not the hamstring, the quads aren't strong enough to pull the patella up. And so they're trying to move their leg, but the quads can't pull the patella, so they kind of move their legs straight and they get stuck and they panic. I'll see if I can find a little video and like insert it to show you what I mean. She's not doing that. So she can bend her legs all right, but I think what Janine felt, and I'll have to have a feel, was that as she like lifted her leg, you could feel like a and sort of like it kind of locking and then pulling it out. And you know, that can just be painful. So that's the plan with Foxy. So hopefully things are looking up for Foxy, fingers crossed. So Janine, what should we do with Jet? She said, well, let's have a look. I'll trot him up. So he was sound in front. So we're not too concerned about the front leg. Obviously, I'm still stressing because I'm stressed about everything. She could definitely see he was laying behind in the left hind. And I said, look, I'm worried about the suspensory. I think I'm maybe over the top. And she said, no, I agree. Let's scan it. So we scanned it and we think it looked a little bit not right in the left, like where it inserts the back of the cannon. But it's really hard. It's a really hard place to scan. And It wasn't like crystal clear, like chopped in half sort of thing. So, and I know some of you might have seen tendon scans and things where it should look really white and then you have a big black dot in the middle and you're like, there's a core lesion. That is really obvious. This suspensory, it all looked pretty good, but then where it inserts on the bone, we were like, does it look a little bit fuzzy? So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and take him and get it scanned again with a better scanner, better machine and a different, like a specialist. And if it looks dodgy and they're happy, we will block it. And if it blocks and it's positive, then it's probably surgery again. And I'm gutted and I'm annoyed at myself that I've let it go this long and I haven't, pushed for like what I thought the whole time. But, we can all say these things in hindsight. So Jet's looking like he's going to be out for a long time. I don't want to say, but anyway, I feel like that's what's going to happen. He'll have to have surgery on his suspensory. So that is the update. My thumb's broken, Jed's still broken, and Foxy is hopefully slightly less broken. And she will hopefully get going, do her next 9 to 5, go 1 star, and the rest of the year is going to be awesome. And Woody, he's a little cherub out there, and I've got my little babies up the back that they look fantastic. And yeah, so I don't know if that was a good update. Other things that are going on, and any of you that are following along with the whole kissing spine thing, I have on Instagram a page called Kissing Spine Survivors. I will put it down here. And there's like quite a cool group of people on there that some of them are just interested in kissing spine. Others are in the process of getting diagnosed, having surgery. Others are rehabbing. And I actually have a really cool program on Patreon where you can come along and have more access to me. I have a rehabilitation plan on there that is quite in depth. And, you have the ability to just message me and get more, chat to me, have lives and send videos for video analysis so I can give you feedback on how your horse is working and that kind of thing. It is all kissing spine related. I'll put the links in the description below. The Patreon is really cool. I would really like some more of you to get on board and so I can help more of you. I'm here to be your wisdom, to give you knowledge, to give you confidence. And look, it's a bit crappy with what's going on with Jet. Unfortunately, this happens and it has happened to so many more people. And if I can help you by looking at videos of your horses and giving you a bit of confidence that they look okay or they don't look okay and maybe you need to get the vet back out again. But either way, I want to be there for you. I am there for you. I'm here and I want to be accessible to more of you. So that's a bit of an update. Go over and check out the Patreon. Go on, add on. Well, and also there's a Kissing Spine Survivors on Facebook. So if you're only on Facebook, go there as well, because I'm going to be running some more lives on the Facebook. So even if you're on Instagram, go to the Kissing Spine Survivors on Facebook. And there is a private Patreon group, but that, like I said, that is just for my patrons. If you want to get involved, go follow the links, join, and hopefully there'll be more eventing videos up soon for you guys. Sorry, this is a really boring video of just my face, which is quite dull. Let me know in the comments what you think, what videos I can do, bearing in mind I'm one-handed and slightly less horsed, so I don't have any exciting eventing videos, but I want to be coming. I don't want to have no videos for you. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. If any of you made it this far and you've watched me wittering on, bye, see you next time.